In this video, we're going to talk a lot about lash money, and I asked a question to my followers and also my students, and they submitted a few questions in, and it's going to be basically, why are so many people becoming a lash artist? Should you become a lash artist? What's the startup cost of building up a lash business? And we're going to get the details here with our whiteboard, and hopefully this brings you a lot of value. If it does, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. The question for today is, why are so many people becoming a lash artist, and why should you become one? Well, I'll say this, in all of our classes from a 3-day masterclass and our 8-week licensing program here at our academy, the number one reason why students want to become a lash artist is because they're mind blown on how much money they're gonna make. And I think a lot of people are catching on over the years of they're figuring out, man, these lash artists are working 30 hours, 40 hours, and then would make $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 as a lash artist working part-time and working full-time. And so I think if you're on the other side of this and you're watching this video and you're on the fence of it, well, should I quit my 9-to-5 and should I become a lash artist? I think what we're about to do here is going to showcase and give you some motivation that you should take that leap of faith on yourself to become a lash artist, because everything you want in your life, whether it's the jewelry, the watch, the lifestyle, the vacations, lashing is gonna fund that. But let me show you how it's gonna work. And so most of my students, they're working a 9-to-5 job and they're getting paid about $20 per hour, okay? And they're working 40 hours, which is full-time. Their paycheck roughly every week is gonna be $800. And now they're able to make this working part-time, because the question now is, well, should I become a lash artist? Let's figure out together. If your goal is to make $800 and you become a lash artist, and on average in Dallas, Texas, a volume set's going to range from 150. Of course, there's lower, but there's also higher. But if you're talking about, if you're living in Miami, I mean, these prices is minimum $300, guys. And so we're talking average of DFW here in Texas. So a volume set's going to be 150. Now, how long does it take to do one set? As our graduates finish our program, they're going to be lashing under 2 hours in a matter of 3 months. So we know it's going to be 2 hours of work for one client, okay? But the goal here is, how do I make $800? Okay, so we're gonna do some simple math. Go $800, you would need 6 clients, but that gives you $900. Mind you, that's no tips included. So let's just say every client tipped her $10. You can plus $60. You are now at $960 for 6 clients. But 6 clients, 2 hours per client, 12 hours you worked. But let's say this, let's say some of the clients showed up late, or maybe you're lashing and it took you a little bit longer and you run some troubleshooting, you got a banana peel, things like that. I'm gonna just give you an additional 15 hours, okay? 15 hours here. So you just worked 15 hours, you made $960 on week 1, opposed to you working 40 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 hours a day, and you made $800. Guys, when we saying you can work part-time as a lash artist, working 3 days a week, you really can, and make more money than you ever have. Because look, if we're working 3 days a week, you work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We got 2 clients on a Monday. We got 2 clients on a Tuesday, 2 clients on a Wednesday. And you made $960, and you got 4 days off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday completely off. But if you're making this much money, working this little, don't you think you're going to want to work more? So let's say this, you double it. Just say you work 30 hours, you made roughly 1,800 in one single week. And that's only 30 hours. That's still part-time. So you see, the math makes sense and people are starting to see, man, these lash artists out here are really making 70, 80, 90, $100,000 as a lash artist working part-time and working full-time. And so if there's any reason as to why you should take that leap of faith in yourself is because you are your best investment. You are your best investment. And the best thing is when you become your own boss and you become your own entrepreneur, you have nobody else to answer to. You have nobody else to answer to. You don't have to ask permission to take off work, ask permission to take PTO, to take vacations. Like, you are the leader of your life and you can make your dreams a reality. And so instead of working for $20 per hour, you're now making $75 per hour as a lash artist. If this video brought you any value, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the bottom. Let's move on to the next question. All right, next question I got is, I'm working full-time at my 9-to-5 job and I'm a part-time lash artist. Should I take off from my 9-to-5 to lash more? Let's see. So the question now is, should you take off at your 9-to-5 to lash more? So if you're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 to 5 all right here, that is 40 hours per week. And I'm just going to say, for today's example, you're working $20 per hour. Okay. So let's say this. Let's say somebody wants to book with you, but their availability is on a Wednesday and they say, hey, do you have availability on a Wednesday at 9 o'clock or maybe 11 o'clock or 1 or 3, whatever it is. If it's between these hours of 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to take her. So eventually you basically lost that client and you basically lost a lot of money. But let's say you told your boss and you want to take off Wednesday, right? And so now you can lash on Wednesday. And let's say you just get one client. She said, hey, I want to book 9 a.m. Fantastic. You take her. You made $150 in that client alone. You worked 2 hours. You made $75 per hour. So when you break down these numbers, would you want to make $70 per hour or would you want to make $20 per hour? Because in one day, you're working 8 hours on a Tuesday, 9 to 5 times 20. That's equal to $160 that you made, but you had to work 9 to 5. You had to work 9 to 5 to make $160. Wouldn't you rather work 2 hours and make $150? Yes, you would. It just makes sense. But let's just say if you have Wednesday off, now you start promoting Wednesday. I have exclusive availability on a Wednesday at 9 a.m. and a 3 p.m. DM if you want to book. And eventually somebody starts booking. Now you have another client. You made another $150. So in total on a Wednesday, lashing only 2 clients, you got $300 and you worked a total of 4 to 5 hours in here. Eventually, you're going to start saying, man, I'm making more money than my 9 to 5 working part-time. So that's going to be your key to ditch your 9 to 5 and go all in on your lash business. With this being said, should you? I think if you're on the other side, you already answered that question in your head, which is absolutely, because the numbers make sense. You cannot allow your boss to dictate your life and your availability, because what you're doing at your 9 to 5 job is you're building somebody else's business. You're building somebody else's goals. It's about time you forget about that. You forget about what society says, but you start investing in your own business. You start making your dreams a reality and you eventually become fully booked out so that you can make X amount of money. Once you make X amount of money, then you can invest into your product line and then have your course and have a salon and have a school, whatever it is that you envision for yourself. The lashing money will take you there. Okay, so the next question is, what is the startup cost of becoming a lash artist? Okay, let's go through this together. Now, the startup cost for a lash artist, whether you're working from home or maybe in the studio, let's break down everything that you need as a lash artist. Number one is going to be a bed. Now, there's different options when it comes to bed. You know, you have the foldable massage tables where it's completely flat. You have the recliners. Those are the two that I started with. And eventually, you can upgrade to these beds right here. You know, I would not recommend starting with these. These are $3,000 a piece. You know, all you need is maybe a recliner or a bed. That's going to range you between $100 to $300. So I'm going to put $200. Okay. A cart and a stool. Pretty inexpensive. We're going to put $100 for those two items. Now, lights. Again, these range from $100 to $300. The lights I have behind me are the Cosmo lights. Those are about $400. But you do not need that as a beginning lash artist. You can get the ring lights are working fantastic. Those are easily, again, $100. And maybe in your home studio, you want to have a little mini fridge and have snacks and drinks to give your clients that type of experience, right? And so mini fridge, we're going to say $150. Decoration, you know, you maybe want to put some LED lights, some mirrors, some curtains, a drawer, things of that nature. We're gonna say $500. And then a dehumidifier, this is gonna be key. Again, this is going to help you create the perfect working environment so that your glue does dry and it gives your clients that amazing retention. Those range $200 maximum. You know, these can go from $50 to $100, but $200 maximum. Then, of course, your lash supplies. So in order to get fully stocked with your glue, all the curls and all the sizes, we're going to give or take about $300. That's going to get you set from everything from A to Z and in between, okay? But of course, you need your training. Now, depending on what state you live in, they may not require a license or a training course. But let's say my training course for the 3-day masterclass is $1,700, okay? And so let's add all of this up. That's going to be roughly $2,200 to start your business. $100 to start a business? It's not that much. You can literally make this back in 1 week as a lash artist, as you saw in the previous video. Now, I will say, if you are in a state that requires a eyelash specialty license, our lashing training is $5,200. So let's say total cost is going to be $6,000 to $7,000 as a startup business here. Now, this number might seem really, really big and it is a lot of money, but it's not that much money if you're able to start making $6,000 to $7,000 every single month. To invest $7,000 to make back $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 at the end of the year as an independent lash artist, the profit margin is absolutely insane. But it goes back to, again, why are so many people becoming the lash artists is because of this. And this number might be scary to put out all up front. But again, this is all an investment, but this comes back quick to you. It comes back quick. And so to answer the question, how much does it cost to have a startup business? It's not that much, guys. It's not that much. So to recap this whole video, if you're an existing lash artist or maybe you're new to the industry and you're not sure where to start, check out the link in the description and join our inner circle today. This is going to give you access to our full KLA online academy from all of the videos, but also insights in our classroom as if you were sitting in there yourself. but also now you're going to have insights to all of our business and social media strategies and secrets. See you there.